Okay, so in life, anything that can be done, there's a good way of doing it and a better way of doing it. And I want to show you a better way to talk to God. Now I know that's like, hold up, like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, how's this guy gonna teach me how to talk to my God? That's what I would be thinking. How you gonna tell me how to talk to my God, the one I've been talking to my whole life? You know what I'm saying? Been with me every step of the way. The one I fart in front of, the one I have sex in front of, the one that's there with me in my mind when I'm cursing somebody out for cutting me off on the highway. I lost you there, didn't I? That's what I'm talking about. When people talk to God, it's like they're hiding who they really are, forgetting that He's there with you every thought of the way, not every step of the way, every thought of the way. 60,000 thoughts a day on average per person. He's there for all of them, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So when you go to have a conversation with Him, how you gonna act like the preacher choir boy? It sounds pretty fraudulent to me. And to speak with someone of that importance and be fake as hell? Come on, man. That's just one small example of what I'm talking about. And there's a lot more. There's ways to talk, and there's better ways to talk. I study millionaires, I study billionaires who are obviously doing something right. And when I use just a glimpse, 1 month of what they're doing, well, let's see, I retired at the age of 28. I got custody of my kids, which is damn near impossible to do in Jersey. Impossible for the dad to get custody. Okay? Houses, cars, the list goes on. I always say my life is my resume, but that's something else. There is a formula, so to speak, that you can use in which not only will God respond directly to you, but you'll be rewarded heavily for using it. And that's what I'm here to do. Show you the small ins and outs, the things you could do to make it better, like keeping it real. That's like, come on. And I have to just really stress that when you got to keep it real. He there with you. He there with you while you having sex. He there with you while you dropping a deuce. He there with you while you cussing somebody out in your head. Alright? Acknowledge that. Okay? Acknowledge that. That's not even the first part. I just really wanted to put that out there because it just kills me because people are like, God bless Timmy and Aunt Joan, and please give me a car and $1 million. You're at that point, you're listening. You're thinking of what to say next and you're saying it. You're not actively engaged in a conversation with anybody except for yourself. And these are the common mistakes that are made. Look around you. All the houses around you are full. Let's just say one person in each and every single house is praying to God, and how many percent of that one is getting what they want? Not getting what they need, air and life, but getting what they want, what they're truly asking for. That percentage is retarded low. I mean, like, low. And I don't mean retarded like numbers. I mean like it's out of this world low. And it's not even cool. Somebody has to show them. Somebody's got to think about this. All these TV shows and all this you see online, and nobody's talking about this. It's pretty freaking important. So I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to lay down stuff. I'm going to lay it down for you. I'm going to lay it down for you raw as much as I can. You know what? I'm just got this little cheat sheet here because my memory is not as good as it used to be. I got into a little accident at work. But acknowledge the watcher. You ever heard that song? It always feels like somebody's watching me. Here's the thing, okay? Have you ever been in a room by yourself and did something silly and you kind of like you felt it, okay? You felt something watching you. You're in a room with no windows. You know you ain't here by yourself. But you felt it. That's not nothing. That is God watching you. You could be in a room full of people or by yourself and you can still choose to feel it. You don't feel it all the time. You have to make that choice and actively feel it. And you can feel it. If you have trouble feeling it, get into a room, okay? Put the light behind you and look back. And just kind of feel like a camera's watching you. And because when the camera's on or something's watching you or recording you or someone's looking at you, you put your grandma behind you looking at you, you kind of tighten up a little bit, you know. It's my Grammy, you know what I'm saying? I can't be slouched over, you know, what am I do? You know, it's Grammy, you know what I'm saying? Tighten up a little bit, you know. That feeling of someone watching, and you've all felt it before, embrace that. That is the start of your conversation. Okay, first you gotta feel like you're not in a room by yourself. Get in a room by yourself, by the way. That way you can speak freely. Okay, now you're in this room. You feel the presence. You've now acknowledged the watcher. That's what I call it, acknowledging the watcher. I acknowledge that you're here. For some reason, for me, right there in the center point of the room is like a big face. Like, takes up like 50% of the ceiling that I can see in front of me, and my hand, and it's the face is right there, like playing on the ceiling, and it's like, oh yeah, looking at me like the big face right on the ceiling. This 18 by 18 room, face is about 10 feet long, maybe 4 feet wide, and it's kind of, and it's always smiling at me. That's just me. I know the people would, you know, might be seeing something else, but anyway. Acknowledge the watcher. You cannot have a conversation with somebody who's not there. You gotta put him there. Bring him there. He's there. Go in a room. Go in a room. Quiet room. Do something silly. And you're gonna be like that. Trust me, no matter who you are, OG, triple OG, doesn't matter. You know it. I know it. Now, here's the thing. Like I said, number 2, you got to accept the fact that he can see everything you're thinking. You know what? Let me change that. I always say God speaks emotion. Because a thought, like, you know, I can ask you, how do you feel about this car? And you could be like, it's alright. And those 2 words just encompassed everything you've ever known about that car, about cars of that color, cars period, cars that fast, wind conditions, road conditions, hazardous conditions. What cops pull over, they say cops pull over red and yellow cars more than any other car. You're factoring all that in and saying 2 words. It's alright. God speaks emotion. And here, that factor that you're doing is creating something in here. It's like a little knot. And when you feel happy and you're laughing, it goes up and it got me. It goes up and it kind of, it can do that. And it kind of, to me, it turns like blue. It's like white in the middle. And it turns blue the higher it gets, and that's excited. And when you get some bad news or you think something negative, it kind of drops and it turns red. So blue, white, red. You'll feel it in your chest. It's like a little knot. My hand is too big. I just picture a little ball going up and down with how you're feeling. Lie to yourself. Tell yourself you have $1 million cash on the desk right in front of you. It's gonna go. Your brain might be like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. People who try to manifest things. This thing right here, it knows. It knows the truth, and it's trying to shoot you down, okay? But back to what I was saying. God speaks emotion. He knows that factor that you just did. You factored in everything you've ever known about vehicles. Sports vehicles at that. Sports vehicles that are black. Sports vehicles that are black in the rain. Sports vehicles that are black in the ice. How good do the tires last? Because you know you're going to be spinning out sometimes. You factor in all that in and you're giving them emotion. And you're sending that signal off. That is what God hears. That is what God feels. But back to what I was saying. You got to accept the fact that he sees that in here. He sees how you're feeling. He knows what you're thinking. So don't be fronting Real. Don't be fronting. How you gonna lie to God? How you gonna act like a saint when you know you're not a saint? How you gonna not talk the way you talk? If you talk slang, you gotta talk slang. And I'm sorry, cursing, whatever. If that's who you are, be that. What I've learned in life is the people get punished are the people who expect to be punished. There's some evil mother out there that expect to get the riches out of life. Just be happy. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. Adolf Hitler. Evil. Genghis Khan. But they live like kings. If you expect to be punished, you will be punished. If deep down inside you know I'm going to get punished, people say karma and all that other stuff. No. No. What you truly expect will happen. 99% of small businesses fail within the first year. What you truly, you can say all you want. We're going to win. We're going to succeed. We're going to be great. This is going to be a successful business. That first day you open, you know them numbers ain't what you wanted. You know them numbers, you ain't what you wanted. And that domino effect. Next thing you know, you got a failed business. Okay? You got to accept that God sees it all. Okay, you gotta accept that and be real. Be real. For look, I was great. Say some stuff. I don't even want look. I don't want to be cursing out here on this video. But you gotta be real. Okay, you gotta accept that there's no punishment except for what you put on yourself. You are you. God loves you. God is still giving you every second that you're alive. God has to be giving you his energy for you to exist. He's got to be giving you his attention. He's watching all day, every day. You might only feel it sometimes. Like I can feel it right now. Whatever. But made me lose my train of thought. God is watching all day. You might not feel it, but he's there. Accept it. And don't manifest the punishment onto yourself. That's just, it's suicide. Don't do it. It's stupid. Okay? Now, next thing you got to understand is part 3. I'm going to get to that on the next video because I'm already 12 minutes into this one. We going in. I like where this is going. We're about to learn some stuff. I learn as I go. And then I tweak things and stuff like that. And I won't release anything unless it's 100%. But I learn as I go. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.